People always ask us how we make the time to do the things that we do. Personally, I just don't sleep that much. For Julie, I think it's a little different.
I don't sit still. So I'm constantly in motion and my brain is constantly working and trying to come up with different ways that I can better serve the community. I really enjoy seeing people smile.
Fortunately or unfortunately for Julie, a lot of organizations are important to me. I've served on the executive committee of the JCC. I served in a few committee roles planning Tour de Fun. I've done fundraising work for Jewish Family and Children's Service and a number of other agencies around town. And now for the Federation, I am the Vice Chair of Planning and Allocations. I was very fortunate to be nominated to apply for the Wexner Heritage Program, which is a phenomenal 2-year advanced Jewish leadership program, and I was very fortunately selected to be one of the 20 participants from St. Louis. We studied the history of our people, our Jewish evolution, our Jewish journey, understanding what our history and what our shared story is all about as Jews, and was able to travel to places like Aspen and Snowbird and to finish our 2-year journey in Israel.
The Inclusion Initiative started 4 years ago. It had been recognized in the Jewish community that we needed to make our community more accessible. Our daughter Caitlin was diagnosed with autism when she was 1.5, so I felt like it was the perfect calling for me. I co-chaired this initiative with Betty Berger. We were able to offer mini grants to the Jewish community, and once they were funded, they made the Jewish community more accessible to people with disabilities. So when Caitlin was diagnosed with autism, they were just forming a walk in St. Louis for Autism Speaks. We've had a walk team every year, and we've raised over $10,000 each year since we started, whatever it takes to get the communities to support Autism Speaks.
The way that they approach what they do is they know that they have a task to accomplish, but they can do it with the sense of what's right for the entire community. They don't get lost in the details, but they focus on the details while also keeping in mind the big picture. And when I think of the generosity that Greg and Julie bring, it's really their generosity of spirit and their generosity of time and their generosity of wisdom that are really the things that I find most valuable.
Julie exemplifies partnership. She's a good listener. She really tries to respect staff direction as well. And she also really partners with the rest of the committee. She always wants to kind of get a consensus of what everyone's thinking and try to come up with ideas that reflects it. Also, as part of her role as co-chair for L'Chaim, she made the ask, and she shared a very personal story that had to do with her daughter and inclusion. And I can't even tell you how much she impacted the community by how she delivered that presentation. She's also gone on with Women's Philanthropy, now in our executive committee as vice chair of engagement, and she's just very visionary, bringing her ideas forward and making things happen.
Greg has been omnipresent in our congregation as far back as I can remember. Greg was the chairman of our strategic planning committee a decade ago. He served as president of the congregation, and then upon becoming immediate past president, Greg took on our Share the Vision campaign, which we've just recently completed. Greg served as the de facto project manager. Frankly, none of us can understand how Greg did everything he did and also serve as an amazing father and husband and in his professional life as well.
One of the things that I think is important is to do what you enjoy. What really makes doing everything we do fun, enjoyable, and easy is the commitment and the relationship we have with our staff partners and with the other volunteers. We're the ones that volunteer, but they're the ones that have to do the job. At the end of the day, the buck stops with them.
I think Julie and Greg love being part of the Jewish community. I think they love being volunteers. They love their leadership role. They love their partnership with others. They believe in our mission, not only to talk and speak the words, but to walk the walk and to demonstrate by the way they live their lives that those values of our Jewish faith really live.